Buckets of paint coming off the production line at the ABC paint factory are labeled as containing 1 gallon. If the buckets typically contain a different amount, then the filling machine should be recalibrated. Here are the volumes in gallons from each of 10 buckets sampled off of the production line. Does this data provide the evidence at this 5% significance level that the machine needs recalibration? Step 1. Establish a set of hypotheses. For the null hypothesis, this means that the machine does not require calibration. For the alternative, this means the machine does require calibration. Step 2. Select a significance level. This information is given in the problem at a 5% significance level, or 0.05. Step 3. State assumptions. Since the sample has been randomly selected, it proves that it is not biased and should be representative of our population. Step 4. Identify your test statistic. In order to identify a test statistic, you can use the given formula z equals statistic minus parameter divided by the standard deviation of parameters. This should be your final calculation. Step 5. Find a p-value. Look at the sign in your alternative hypothesis to determine p-value. Our sign is does not equal. Also, to determine the p-value, you must use stat key.
Alright, so on stat key, we're going to go to randomization hypothesis test. In our case, we're going to click on test for single mean. We're going to edit the data. Click OK. I'm going to change the null hypothesis to 1. Click OK, and now we're going to generate samples. And then as you see here, the standard error is 0.0048. And then in our case, it's a two-tail. So in step 6, we're going to either reject the null hypothesis or fail to reject the null hypothesis. And in this case, being that the p-value given is less than the significance level, that indicates that we would reject the null hypothesis and accept the alternative hypothesis. And lastly, step 7 is to interpret your results. So in our case, we found strong evidence that there is a 5% significance level that the machine needs to be recalibrated. And those are the 7 steps on how to conduct a hypothesis test.